What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, the truth. Hall of Famer, former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion, now junior middleweight title contender, Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. Errol Spence is looking to make his ring return after 3 years. And he's going to do so with well-renowned Hall of Fame trainer Ronnie Shields, who trained the likes of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, his good friend Jamal Charlo, etc., etc. The list goes on and on about Ronnie Shields, right? With that said, Errol Spence is coming off a 3-year layoff. But as you see here, he's in dog shape. And he says, brick by brick, the big fish is coming back, right? He hasn't fought in 3 years since taking the first loss of his career, July of 2023, to what turned out to be this era and this generation's greatest fighter and pound-for-pound king, Terrence Bud Crawford. He did so in dramatic fashion. A lot of firsts took place in that fight. He got dropped for the first time in his career. He got stopped for the first time in his career. He lost for the first time in his career. But not only that, he also parted ways with the only trainer he knew, another well-renowned multi-time trainer, future Hall of Famer, Derrick James, who he trained him throughout his entire professional career. And they parted ways due to indifferences over money after the Terrence Crawford fight. Errol Spence paid Derrick James $350,000. Derrick James was under the impression that Errol Spence only made 2.5. Turned out that he made 25 million. So there was miscommunication. Derrick James stated that Errol Spence told him he made a mistake, X, Y, and Z, and he needed to correct it. And he had the recording. And Derrick James took him to court. But Derrick James lost. Errol Spence countersued Derrick James. And Derrick James lost, as you see here, right? He lost. So that's I don't know if that's a win for Errol Spence because of their relationship. So I don't know if he views that as a victory. But Derrick James loses because he couldn't provide the necessary proof that Errol Spence made those statements that he claimed that Errol Spence made allegedly. There was recordings, but Derrick James essentially couldn't prove the recordings. And so they dismissed the entire case, right? Now, Errol Spence is going to fight former WBO junior middleweight world champion, Australian superstar, son of a legend, Tim Tszyu, who is the son of Costa Tszyu. They're going to fight July 26th in Australia. Errol Spence stated that he chose to push for the fight to be in Australia, which me personally I didn't like, but he said he didn't want the pressure. He wanted, he could have fought in Texas, but he didn't, he wanted to get away. I get it, on some Rocky stuff, right? He wanted to, get away from all the distractions. He's doing this, as he stated, I'm doing this for me this time around. You know what I mean? I did it for everybody else. I did it for my family, and this time around, I'm doing it for me. You know what I'm saying? I did it for the fans. Now I'm doing it solely for me and my career. So Tim Tszyu is 27 wins, 3 losses, no draw, 18 wins by way of knockout. He's been knocked out twice in his career as well. He's 31 years of age, okay? This is going to be interesting. Me personally, I think that Errol Spence, as you see, I think that Errol Spence is in dog shape. And I think that Errol Spence is refreshed, revamped. I think that, as Errol Spence stated in an interview he did, it got kind of stale with Derrick James. People were saying that before they even split, that Errol Spence is predictable. He's like a black Mexican fighter, come forward, aggressive, body snatcher, body puncher, no head movement, no flares. And now Errol Spence, he admitted that. He said, you watch me in my last fights, there's no head movement. There's no adjustments. There's no versatility. it was time for a change. You know what I'm saying? And he believes that Ronnie Shields can bring that out of him. I believe Errol Spence have the abilities. I just think he didn't necessarily need him. And when he did need him against Terrence Crawford, he didn't have the tool bag to go to. And now against Tim Tszyu, I think he will. I think he's, refreshed. I think he's more hungry, going to be hungry. And his body has healed now from the car accident and the punishment he took against Terrence Crawford. And I think now Errol Spence is going to be revamped. And I think that you're going to get a better version of Errol Spence moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's going to stop Tim Tszyu between 9 and 11. So it could be in the 9th round, 10th round, 11th round. But I don't think it's going to get to the 12th round. I think he's going to stop Tim Tszyu. He's going to wear Tim Tszyu down in them later rounds. I think he's going to shock Tim Tszyu with his movement, and I think he's going to stop Tim Tszyu. But let me know what y'all think, man. So Errol Spence wins the case against Derrick James by default. Derrick James couldn't prove his case, and it got dismissed. And then, Errol Spence put up a post, brick by brick. Big Fish is back. You know what I'm saying? And he ready to dominate. I can't wait. Let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, I'm gone. And again, let me just say this. I hate to see this happen with Errol Spence and Derrick James, man. They're going to forever be linked to each other. No matter what Errol Spence does moving forward, revamping his career with Ronnie Shields is going to be great. And it's great for Ronnie Shields. But Errol Spence and Derrick James forever going to be linked to each other. But let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, I'm gone. Peace.